Hey there, and welcome into Linux Renaissance. I have slightly changed the camera angle, but this is only because I have switched from a shitty webcam to a 7 years old phone, which is, I would dare to say, quite a lot better than the shitty camera. And it's also free because I had it in my closet, so why the hell not? Um, this stand that I have is a bit too tall. I really can't get it down just yet. I'm gonna have to buy a different one that can mount the phone on a monitor somewhere over here. That should be fine, yeah. So yeah, now you can see a little bit more of the angle of the room, and it is what it is. So we won. I think we did. Thank you for voting. And no, that's not what I wanted to show. We are now at 1,100,026 and 75 more. Let's refresh. And what was it a few seconds ago? I don't know. What did I just read? But it's moving well over the million. The reason why this overdrive exists is because there are some fake votes always. And by fake votes, it means people who have entered like fake ID or maybe fake uh, ID number. You can't really fake it unless you know how these numbers work, but I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a good idea to just continue voting for as much as you please. But generally, I think we won this one. And it's up to the person who started the initiative to lead this into the goal, to lead the ball into the goal. So, what I actually wanted to talk to you about is Doom. The reason it's not really about Doom, but something along something along the source of the licensing, the freedom and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a difficult topic, um, especially for gamers. And why I'm saying this, especially for gamers, is because gamers mostly care about just playing video games. Just give me some video games, I'm gonna pay for them as much as you want. If you tell me that this is only an incomplete game that I have pre-ordered and eventually I'm gonna have to buy the DLC for it, which actually completes the game, so be it, I'm gonna pay that as well. If you're telling me that I'm like a beta tester for an unfinished product that has been released for me for full price, so I can tell everyone on Twitter that I have pre-ordered this game and I have supported it with my money because I love this company, uh, yeah, I mean, go ahead. It's your right to vote with your wallets. However, my topic in the previous video was about preserving video games. It's about stopping killing video games, and mostly it is about online video games. So, one of the examples I wanted to talk about is Doom. So, id Software has eventually released the source code for this game, and they kind of hoped that it would boost the game's longevity, playability, replayability, modding, and all this good stuff. And oh boy, did it work! Oh boy, did it work! Doom is still being played after 30 plus years. Um, is it 31 years now or something like that, something along those lines, and it's still going strong. It may not be an esports hit nowadays, but this doesn't really matter. It has a huge fan base which generally play this game almost the entire time. If you check out the Steam numbers, you will see that thousands of people are playing this game just on Steam right now. There is also a version on all of the consoles. There is also an offline version that you can download from all kinds of other sources. There are a gazillion of mods. Some of them are really, really good ones. Some of them are bad ones, but in general, you can pick and choose from how many you want. You can play with your friends in LAN parties. You don't really um, you're not really affected by whether Bethesda or is it Microsoft nowadays will just pull the plug. It would be stupid from them to pull the plug on the main servers for the main Doom game. Simply because it's bringing them money. But should they decide to do such a thing, it doesn't really affect your ability to continue playing this game. Simply because the source code is available and there are so many mods and nothing, and I literally mean nothing, is stopping you from continuing to enjoy this game. Just boot up the game, start the server, invite your friends to join your party, um, shoot each other with the BFG as much as you like, and it is what it is. Let me give you a slightly different example. Battle for Wesnoth. So this is a GPL game. It has been in development for the past 20 plus years. I think it's like 21 now. Um, when I say has been in development, I don't mean that it is unfinished. It has long been finished to the degree where it is considered a complete product. However, the people who are working on this game keep improving it, adding more to it. There is a lot of replayability to it. There is a lot of modability to it, scripting. There are all kinds of additional campaigns that uh, players are doing and creating themselves. You can hop on to the online servers if you want to play against someone else. You can erect your own online server and invite people to your game. Um, in general, nothing is really stopping you from enjoying this game indefinitely, no matter what the current developers of this game, ever decide. And being a GPL licensed product, you can just take the whole game and continue developing it by yourself, should the developers stop developing it. And the reason why continuous development of this free game is important is simply the liveliness and the replayability factor. So if you have enjoyed this game when it launched like 20 years ago, and if you're still enjoying it, then kudos to you. And I can see the reasons when I read the changelog and when I try it nowadays versus like 15 plus years ago when I first played it. I can see why people still enjoy a game such as this one. So if you want to learn more about Battle for Wesnoth, just go to wesnoth.org, check out some video gameplays. But basically, it's just an turn-based strategy. Um, I was going to mention heroes, but it's not really like that. You need to give it a go. It's one of those really easy to get into, like maybe hard to master. There is a lot of RNG aspect in this game that is going to make you either laugh or maybe it will make you furious at the times. But generally, I think it's a really good product that you should give a try if you are even remotely into turn-based strategy games. Um, well, the strategy part maybe more or less depending on your skill. But generally, what I wanted to say and talk is about Video games should, and I'm emphasizing should, be like free software. Generally, as a gamer, I am not that hard into, how do I put it in English, into enforcement of what I just said. I don't think that it is mandatory for video games to become free software, but I do believe in free software at the same time, which is somewhat in conflict with my own opinion that video games are a form of art, like movies and books, and should generally fall under something like Creative Commons licenses, more than maybe to the GPL or whatever the free software license that you will. But then again, it is a source code that is being compiled and run on your CPU, so that kind of cannot fall under Creative Commons. It has to be something of a free software license if you want to give people a freedom. Um, there is always this aspect about earning money, and the triple A studios investing like 100+ million dollars into development of a, single player story adventure, like action adventure that lasts like, I don't know, 20 hours, and then you're done with it. It's one of those, one and done games. But they have paid a lot of actors in the game. A lot of motion capture is being done. A lot of thinking is being done about how to be, inclusive towards everyone in the goddamn world. That's how it is nowadays in the AAA video games industry. There isn't too much. How do I say it? There isn't too much innovation really going on in the AAA industry. Mostly they're just playing it safe. So from one side, it may be okay, maybe not by me, maybe not by you, but it may be okay for, AAA studios to just continue what they're doing, and you as a consumer should vote with your wallet whether you support this or not. um, I know what my stance is, but generally, when it comes to indie developers, they are much more likely to dip their toes into the uncharted territory and make their next game truly enjoyable and as a truly new, like a new adventure, new experience, new everything, so if you feel like supporting someone, maybe, align yourself more into indie developers, but this doesn't really touch the main topic of this video, and this is free software. So I am unable to truly calculate how this would truly function within the indie development scene if they would simply cross to the free software model, because if you go and check out the battle for Wesnoth here, you can see download it now on Linux. This is FlatHub. Get it on itch, get it on Steam, right? So if you click get it on Steam, it will say that this game is free. If you go to itch, I think there is a price here. No, just name your own price. Same thing with FlatHub, of course. After all, it is a gratis game and not just free software. There is, where was the button? Where was the button? Yeah, donate here. So you can press the donate button and go to LiberaPay. So they claim to be earning like $13-12 per week, whole of the development team. I hope this is untrue. I hope they have like more of the sources of money, because this is kind of ridiculous. But where am I going with this? If this is like a community project, right? So if people are doing this from the goodness of their heart in their spare time, this is kind of logical how these things end up. But when you really want a solid new experience in the video games industry, usually it is about an indie developer, maybe an indie studio, which are digging their path forward into becoming known. And the best way to become known is to make something truly enjoyable, which other players haven't tried yet so far. So maybe new game mechanics. Or something like that. Usually, it's not about graphics. Usually, it's not about frame rates or pixels. Usually, it's about the mechanics. What drives the innovation, the true innovation forward. Um, from this perspective, this indie developer, depending on the size of their studio, whether it's a solo player or maybe a small team, they need a steady amount of money flow. So I'm not sure how it relates from Europe to USA, but generally in my country, if you can earn something like 3,000 euros um, brutto, which means before the country takes your tax. If you can earn something like 3,000 of raw money, this is a solid way to live, right? So after the country takes the taxes, what remains for you to use is like uh, I'm not sure, maybe 1,800 or something along those lines. So 100, 1800 euros. Did I say it right in English? 1800. Yeah, it is 1800 euros. So this is a solid average money, which you can use to live a normal life. So if an indie developer can have a steady flow of this amount of money, so let's say 3,000 euros brutto for each member of the team every month, then this is a good startup. So it all depends on whether the free software model can draw in this much of money from donations or free software, as you're aware, can be sold. So nothing is stopping anyone from putting free software on Steam and asking money for the game. Yeah, so that works just as well. There are some examples like that one. But in general, it all depends on how you approach these things, right? Um, if I would be a game developer, I would probably attempt in making my own free software game, but charging money to get it via Steam. Yeah, so this is a platform where most people, where most gamers are, and where most people are most likely to give you money in order to receive a uh, you know Steam kind of a license for your product, which doesn't mean that your product cannot be free software at the same time. It absolutely can, and there are examples of this on Steam. I'm just saying it all comes down to how you push your project forward, how you advertise it, how you monetize it. Uh, and it depends on how is it feasible for you to market it as a free software, because there is always um, a concern from anyone who invests a lot of their time and life energy and money into making something. There is always a fear that someone will simply, steal their product. In this case, it would be legal forking, and these other people could just make a copy of your game, and sell it for more money, and maybe put a little bit better graphics on it, and then you start losing money. This is a rough topic, and I really don't know how to approach this. In the programs side of things, where there is no art, such as video games, um, I don't know, Nextcloud, for example, this is free software. How they earn money? They sell services, they can rent you Nextcloud. But at the same time, it is free software and you can self-host. So this is a good business model. And there are a lot of examples such as this one in the free software world, where companies develop a truly good piece of free software as a program. So not a video game, but video games, I have yet to see this trend happening anywhere, like spawning anywhere. So thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know on how do you think this whole thing could even attempt to exist. But I beg you, be grounded. Don't fantasize about some free software utopia where everyone is good and nobody is, taking other people's products and selling them for money as being their own thing. I know there is, I know what GPL enforces, so you can't really steal the code, but sometimes these things can be difficult. So if you do type something in the comments, please be grounded and let me know your honest opinion after you have given it a proper thought. I am truly interested to get this topic going a little bit more, because while we did win one small victory with the signatures for stop killing games, this is not the true end game for the free software movement. There are a lot of different things that need to be done in order to respect, I suppose, the software freedom. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm gonna see you in the next one.